You fool! I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku! Attack!
Teachers of the Shroud, one of the new 5 origins coming with Stellaris Overlords is a Psionic based origin. That's right, this origin is going to let you start with the latent Psionic trait. This is going to mean rushing psionics is now no longer RNG based. You're not having to wait and wait and wait for the psionic research option. Instead, you're going to be able to start the game with both latent psionics enabled and, if I'm understanding correctly, the Mind Over Matter Ascension perk already in its place. This means that as soon as you research the Colonial Centralization technology, which is a tier 2 technology, so it isn't going to come right away at the start of the game, but will take at least 6 society technologies. But once you research that and upgrade your capital, which will definitely be above 25 pops, you'll be able to put the Psi Core building down straight away, and that's going to give you plus 10% output from all of your jobs and plus 5 stability. This origin may end up being more powerful than the current planetary unification origin, which is pretty much the most powerful origin for a regular biological empire at the moment. Something else that I really can't ignore here from this image, look at that background behind us. We are definitely seeing the new megastructure. I'm not talking about the hyper relay. I'm instead talking about the new megastructure, which might have something to do with this image, this targeting image. We have no idea exactly what it is going to be. You know, Nicole Dyson beam, possibly, maybe quasi-stellar obliterator, who even knows? Possibly Gigastructures is coming to unmodded Stellaris, is coming to vanilla, but maybe not. We will just have to wait and see. Back to what's happening with this origin though, and if you're enjoying this video, please telekinetically push that like button. On top of already unlocking the Psionic trait and completing an Ascension perk already right at the start, you will start in contact with the Shroudwalker Enclave. The exact specifics of what this enclave will do for us, I don't know quite yet, but I am imagining that it is going to be something very story based, and from what we know, it will be using the new situations mechanic. On top of all of that, you will be granted the ability to build a Shroud Beacon on one of your star bases. Now, as we know from last week's Dev Diary, that will mean you will be able to move directly to the Shroudwalker Enclave as soon as possible. That is going to give you a wormhole from wherever your system is, wherever you build this Shroud Beacon, directly to the Shroudwalker Enclave system, which may be on the other side of the galaxy. And from what we can see, building this Shroud Beacon is only going to cost around 700 alloys and 25 rare crystals. So it's not massively expensive. This is going to be something you can probably unlock much faster than wormhole technology or something else like that. And therefore it's going to give you quite a lot more in the way of options of expansion. But what do you think about this new origin? Is it really that good? Let me know down in the comments below. There are, of course, a couple of provisos or requirements. You must be spiritualist or fanatic spiritualist, and on top of that, you must also be biological or lithoid. That basically means you cannot be a hive mind and you can't be a machine intelligence, which does make sense. But apart from that, this is going to give you a very early and very guaranteed way of getting into the Psionic Ascension path very, very quickly. I mean, I don't quite know if this also means that when you unlock your first tradition, you'll be unlocking your second Ascension perk slot. It's not really been explained so far, but if that is the case, that means you're going to be able to do a very, very quick crisis rush with this origin, much earlier than we've previously been able to do so, if you're now only going to have to unlock 2 Ascension perk slots and therefore complete 2 traditions before being able to unlock that 3rd slot, because our 1st slot will already have the Mind Over Matter perk. Overall, this actually is one of the most exciting origins I've seen in quite a while. If you get the Psionic Ascension early enough, it can be massively overpowered. You're looking at getting somewhere in the region of plus 20% resource output from jobs on all planets base, 30% if we're talking about research and unity production and energy production. And that's before we even start getting into the lovely RNG mess that is the Shroud, which can give you fantastic bonuses at random moments. But with this origin, this could definitely put Spiritualist as being a much more powerful start than Materialist, and that is really quite crazy. A complete shake-up of the established meta that we have had in Stellaris for a long time. I've talked a lot about how powerful Psionic Ascension can be in this video. If you'd like to know more about Psionic Ascension and how best to use it, click the video on screen now.